The Chicago Teachers Union and the school board have now reached a tentative work agreement. This all came together after a year of some pretty tense negotiations and political turmoil. Paris is breaking down the highlights of the contract. It looks like it's going to happen, huh, Paris?
Sylvia, just this morning, the Chicago Teachers Union announced that their bargaining team, all 65 members, had unanimously voted to advance this tentative contract agreement. As you mentioned, it comes after this nearly year of intense negotiations, attempted firing, school board resignations, all for a deal that looks a lot like the one that CPS presented several months ago. So let's let you in on a little bit of what's in it. It is going to offer raises for teachers between 4 and 5% over the next 4 years. Remember, CTU had initially asked for 9. Also, 10 minutes more of classroom prep time in addition to the 60 per day our teachers already have. A cap in class sizes of generally under 30, depending on the grade level. Around 800 to 900 new hires. And this will go toward librarians and sports coaches and all of that. And a total cost estimated to be around $1.5 billion over 4 years. CTU President Stacey Davis Gates says it's not about the union. It's not about CPS. This is a victory, she says, for the students.
This contract does a bit of addressing all of the needs that they have. There are large investments in sports and fine arts in this contract. What that does is that it tells you that the school experience has to be a complete and well-funded experience. It isn't just math and reading. It is also art. It is also band and orchestra. It is also flag football.
So what now? Well, the CTU's House of Delegates meets now to debate this deal. That could happen tomorrow. And then the full union has to vote on it. But the remaining question is, how will Chicago public schools and taxpayers afford it? CPS's budget did not account for the cost of a new contract. They have failed to agree on new borrowing that could help pay for this, so the leaders still have to solve that riddle. But today, Mayor Johnson, who initially, remember, wanted Martinez gone, Martinez stood his ground and defiantly said, not without exercising my 6-month out clause. Johnson, too, was happy with this outcome.
So this is a complete transformation and a move away from school privatization, layoffs, closures, the so-called turnaround model. And so, yes, this contract does reflect the values that I ran on and what the people of Chicago expected from my administration.
In just about an hour, we're going to hear from Chicago Public School leaders, CEO Pedro Martinez, on this deal and that all-important question, how to pay for it. Sylvia?
Okay, Paris, I have to ask you about this because it seems like in years past, we've been used to having to deal with the teacher strike. And I'm reading here that this is the first time in 15 years that the union's leadership has reached an agreement with CPS officials without first taking a strike vote. Wow. Did you hear my question, Paris?
Sylvia, I lost you there.
Oh.
I lost you there for a second, but you were talking about the teachers. This is the first time in many, many years without a strike. Remember, they struck the last 2 times under Lightfoot, under Mayor Emanuel. This is the mayor that they elected, Mayor Brandon Johnson. Certainly, as this dragged on, I don't believe that they nor Brandon Johnson wanted a strike on his watch, a mayor that came right out of the CTU. So it sort of sped up the process in coming to a deal here, and both sides saying, well, this is favorable for teachers, favorable for students, favorable for taxpayers. So we're going to get more of that explanation in a bit, and we'll have much more later this afternoon.
All right. Thanks for that, Paris. We appreciate it. See you then.